Guys, I am so excited I can hardly contain myself. So I'm driving to the cabin, but today is a special trip. It's not just any cabin trip. Today, my new to me used mini excavator is getting delivered, and man, I'm excited. So let me tell the story of how this all came about. And if you want to just skip ahead to the excavator part, now's a good time for me to tell you that every video from now on that I make, you're going to be able to hover over the timeline and see an index and just click to go wherever you want to go. But don't do that, because this story is pretty good and it gives the backstory of this. So I don't know, maybe 2 years ago today, I made a video called gravel road issues or gravel road problems. I'm going to check the timeline on that. It was probably about 2 years ago. From that point, roughly 2 years ago, I saved almost every cent that I've made off this channel to save up and buy a machine. I came to the conclusion that most of the jobs on my list, just light grading of my road, ditching, I want to trench from the spring to the cabin and to develop the spring. I want to make a gray water system. I want to make a root cellar. I want to build mountain bike trails. Everything that I wanted to do pretty much involved some sort of digging and trenching and maybe like light pushing of dirt. And I don't have a flat square inch of my land, so farming, conventional farming is out. So a tractor didn't make a lot of sense, and so a skid steer, I've operated a skid steer helping my friend put in a driveway, and a skid steer was nice, but since I've got all hills, I really wanted the ability to bench cut into a side hill effectively. At the time of this video, I've got like 45,000 subscribers, and my average video view is around 50,000 views, which I'm super happy about that. But in the grand scheme of things, people are not bending over backwards to give you free stuff, especially not big stuff like mini excavators, not even close. So did I get a free excavator? No, absolutely not. I did not get a free excavator. I am paying for this thing in flesh and blood and cash. But I did try to leverage my channel to get the best possible deal that I could. I think that only makes sense. I think anyone would do that. So I put together a form letter and I contacted all dealers of all the machines that I was interested in getting. So I hope I can remember them all. So I contacted Deere/Hitachi, because I rented that Deere machine that I liked. Contacted them. I contacted IHI dealer. I contacted a Kubota dealer. Contacted a Takeuchi dealer. Contacted a Hyundai/Cat dealer. I think in the size that I was interested. Hyundai makes the Cat machine. I'm not 100% sure. And I contacted a Yanmar dealer, and I basically said, hey, I have this YouTube channel and I'm going to be doing a lot of work with a mini excavator. I think this is a good opportunity to showcase your machine and your dealership, and maybe we can work something out. And I sent letters like that to like 10 different dealers, and pretty much nobody was interested in that. So I did kind of narrow it down. I mean, some dealers weren't responsive at all, even to try to sell me a machine, because first and foremost, I'm shopping for a machine. I mean, some dealers, like, I couldn't even get them to call me back to get quotes from, or I'd talk to them and they'd be like, yeah, I'll get you a quote, and then I'd never hear back from them. And really, 2 dealers kind of took an interest and said, well, we'll absolutely quote you our best price on a machine, and you know, you can talk to our marketing department. And that's kind of how that works. Like, their sales and the marketing are kind of different, so you know, you got to talk to one guy and kind of arrange a sale, and then talk to another guy and maybe some leadership in the company and try and work something out with their marketing department. So this purchase, I mean, this isn't easy for me. I'm kind of wired, you know, be it fortunate or cursed, to I've always been very fiscally responsible. Like, I've always saved my money. I almost never buy anything like this. I think, in fact, the last time I bought something big like this that wasn't a house was back in 2006. I bought my truck, the same one I'm driving in right now. So this truck has almost 150,000 miles on it. Had it, what is that, 2006? That's like 14 years. You know, that's lit. I don't have a jet ski, I don't have a boat, I don't have a four-wheeler, I don't have, you know, any of those toys, sports car, whatever people buy, a pool, you know, none of that stuff. This is not an easy purchase, and I don't buy big stuff like that every day, so it was a big deal for me. So I took the purchase very carefully, and I did a lot of research. I know everyone will want to know the price. I'm not going to tell you the price. If you want to know the price, it's 1-800-CALL-RICK. Actually, that's not a real phone number, so don't dial that. I'll put his phone number on the screen, and you can talk to him about how much these things cost. Look at this little fella. Somehow made it inside. Oh. Where'd he go? There he is. Hey, get off my floor. I guess he's not doing any harm. Must be nice and cool in here for him. Actually, these floors reminds me. So I milled this from rough ash, these floors, and that was way too much work. So I need something nice that I can buy for out here. So if anyone's got any good suggestions, I'd like real wood, but prefer that it be pre-made, because that was so much work to mill all that wood, and that was just a small 8x10 room. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. I can't even explain it. So I got here, it's like 10 o'clock. The excavator is supposed to get here at 11:30 or so, so I just got to kill some time. I cannot wait. I've been saving for this thing for so long. Let me finish telling the story about that. So basically, I made that video about the road, and from that point, I already had some money saved at that point, and from that point, I took everything I made from YouTube, Patreon, Amazon affiliate links, everything I made from the channel, I put it in a special bank account and just kept it there and really didn't touch it. I mean, I had to get some lenses fixed, but other than that, I mean, I just saved that money, and it was tempting to get distracted and buy other stuff, but anyway, I held the course, and even with 2 years of saving YouTube money, you know, I'm not a big channel, we're not rolling in dough here. I still had to go to the First National Bank of Sarah to bridge the gap, and that's a predatory lender. The interest is almost unbearable, and here we are. Today is the day of the delivery, so I'm gonna check back in when it's time to walk down the hill. And oh boy, just got the call. Let's head down the road. Just gonna walk down the rest of the road, set up the tripod, capture the delivery, and we'll be off and running. Alright, this is a nice place to set up a camera. Now we wait. How's it going? What a beauty.
That's a long and winding road.
Yeah, it's not the easiest place to drive. You'll have to?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this is the machine I decided on, a Yanmar Vio 27. They took it out of their rental fleet for me. It's got 156 hours on it, so it's relatively new. It still has the remainder of its warranty. I think it's a 2019. I gotta actually check the plate on it. I don't know if it's a 18 or 19. I didn't really care. And I got two little jobs I want to do with it today. There's some section of my ditching down the road that it's not effective. The water kind of comes up onto the road, so I want to ditch into a culvert. And then there's a little section up on top of the hill that I want to work on. So let's play with it. All right, right behind that post is one of my sections of ditching that I want to clear out, and I want to make sure it's low enough that the water stays off the road. So let's work on this right now. All right, this culvert was kind of the end game. So this trench that we just dug comes out by those bushes. All right, guys. Well, my ditch may be ugly, but I'm having a lot of fun. And I'm gonna go down this and like side dress it, kind of try and pack it in and maybe track over some of this dirt and just clean it up now. All right, let's take a look at what we accomplished. So there's a culvert in there, and we connected an existing old ditch to it by just digging it out. And all the branches were hitting my truck, so kind of got some of that stuff down. Now the road's a little wider, and we got this ditch dug this whole distance here. A little messy, but I'm definitely still a beginner. And this is about where we started right here. So I'm going to take the machine up to the cabin. I'm pretty happy with that as an accomplishment. That was an expensive ditch. Hopefully there's many more ditches to defray the cost of that one ditch. Okay, here's the next little chore I want to do. So this is the upper half of my hill. I had some guys bring in some gravel and grade this, and they did a good job, and they even made a nice drainage swale right here that the water kind of kicks across the road and goes out here, and that's fine. I like that on the road, but when they did it, I had a long high side ditch right here. It's hard to see on video, and they blocked it up, and they blocked the ditch, so even the water that comes off the hillside up here also comes across the road. There's no reason for that. This thing, I only want it to catch water on the road, but the water from the high side of the hill, I want it to come down here and go under my culvert, because as they've done this now, the culvert only handles about 20 feet of hillside drainage. It never even got overwhelmed before. I mean, I barely ever saw much more than, maybe like 3 gallons a minute coming out of it, even when it was raining. So we're gonna, and it comes out across here. So I'm gonna take this big earth dam down and kind of make a little wall right here and continue the ditch through here. All right, well, made a bit of a mess of it, but this is what I wanted. So now any water that comes off of this hillside will continue down to that culvert, and any water that gets on the road will go off here. So that's how it looks from, I kind of just put a big patch of clay there because that's really all I have to work with. And there, I'm pretty sure there's a seep on the side of the road here too. You know what? If I'm going up to the cabin, I might as well try and grab this rock and bring it up there because I want to collect rocks up there, so that's a good one. That's where I'm going to put it. I'm going to stockpile them there. Alright, so let me give you the rest of the story on this thing. So after I contacted all those dealers, really two of them stuck out, and one of them was Buckeye Power Sales. Those guys are awesome. I mean, I really got along well with the salesperson and the marketing person who hopefully I'll be working with in the future. And I mean, it was a great machine. I loved it when I tried it. Super powerful. It's fast. I mean, I don't have a lot to compare it to two other excavators, but I mean, it was great, and it was the most price competitive. So I've run this for, it's probably been 6 hours today, and I'm so happy with it. Like, I'm just so excited. I can't even put it into words. I've wanted one of these for so long, and I've saved for so long that it's crazy to finally have it. Oh man, the sun's coming back out. But I mean, Buckeye Power Sales was great. I would, if you need a machine, or they sell, I mean, they have all kinds of stuff. They're a Honda generator dealer. They've got ASB skid steers. They've got all anything Yanmar they have. They have all kinds of stuff. So I would not hesitate telling people to go talk to them if you needed something like this. All right, this is where she's living for the time being. One of her first jobs is going to be to build her own home. So whenever I can get around to that, hopefully before winter, we will be making a little lean-to shed for her or something. And I had the volume off on that damn microphone. I need to just get another Rode microphone. I always forget to turn the volume on that thing. But anyway, this is a big day for me. Thanks for coming along with me, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.